Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Today we are going to be doing a 2024 predictions reading. We are going to be looking into general energies, what can you expect generally speaking, as well as in love, relationships, friendships, career, finances, and then we're going to end each reading with a little last piece of advice from Spirit, something Spirit wants you to take away with you, to keep in mind as it pertains to 2024. Here in front of you, you can see our three choices, the three choices you can choose from. I might insert a picture, but just in case I forget. The first group is this red flower charm that you see here. The second group is this, it's an amethyst Platonic solid. If I'm not mistaken, it's the water one. The one that represents water. I'm not sure though, don't quote me on that. I know it's a Platonic solid and I know the crystal is amethyst. And then the third group that we have here is either a jade or an aventurine, and it's just this little skull jade or aventurine. So like I said, I may insert a picture so that you guys can take a better look. But before we get into the readings, I do want to take a moment to center our energies. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out, feeling the tension release from your body as you soften and open up. And when you're ready, open your eyes and just go with the choice that is calling out to you the most, that is attracting you the most. Don't overthink it. It's usually, your first choice. Go with that one. But if you need more time to make your selection, you can go ahead and pause the video. And when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Welcome to your reading if you chose the first group or this red flower charm here. This is going to be your 2024 predictions message, where we look into a number of different topics just to get the gist of your year, to see what you can expect this year, what the energy is. And of course, with tarot, we're always just reading the highest potential based off of, the current timeline that you're on, based off of your energy right now. So if at any point you hear something that, you don't want to hear or you're not too happy about, just know that tarot isn't anything that's like set in stone. Energies shift and move and change, and your energy and your actions and the decisions that you make also make an impact, also make an influence. You are the captain of your own ship. If you don't like something, you have the power to change it. Tarot isn't anything that's like set in stone. It just picks up on the highest potential outcome as things stand here today. Okay, so let's see. What are the general energies for you for 2024? Okay. Okay, so general energy for you. This is looking really great. I think you guys are really going to be coming out of your shell. You're not going to be too shy, to just be yourself, to be your true authentic self. I think you're just going to be very comfortable letting that shine forth. I think you're not going to care at all, like wherever you're at, the environment that you're in, it's like I'm hearing you can give two Fs. Like if people like it or not, you're going to be yourself, meaning, you're going to express yourself how you express yourself, speak how you speak, Maybe you're going to be like really open about your beliefs. You're going to dress, however you dress, regardless of where you're at or if others think it's appropriate or not. I'm just saying, like, you're just going to be fully in your energy, embodying and embracing all of you. It's like you're just going to be very proud of who you are, and you're going to have no problem showing that to the world and just being unafraid. I feel like this year is going to be a year where you're going to take a lot of chances, take a lot of risks. Maybe you're going to be very spontaneous. You might be saying yes a lot more, doing something for the experience of it. I don't see you overthinking or like over contemplating or like, making the pros and the cons list and all of that and putting in a lot of research, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, okay, let's go. Even without looking into it like thoroughly or anything like that. You're just like, you're showing up here as having a lot of trust. You're just having a lot of trust. Like, you're like, whatever, if this is coming into my reality, if it's being presented to me, then I'm going to trust it's for a reason and I want to see what's there, like that sort of thing. Like, if someone's asking me to go somewhere, I'm going to say yes, because what if, something is supposed to happen there? What if I'm just supposed to be there? Maybe there's something that's meant for me there, and I feel like that's kind of the energy that you're leading with in 2024, where you're just like really going with the flow and you're not caring like about consequences. I feel like you're okay to do that though. Like, maybe this is like really bad advice for someone else. Like, you should put some thought into that. Like, you should care about the consequences, because the reality is that, there are consequences to be had for every decision that we make, for every choice that we make. So yes, like, we shouldn't just be careless and reckless, but there's something about your energy, like specifically for you, where this is actually encouraged. Like, it's encouraged for you to just go with the flow and not put a lot of thought into things. I feel like you have good karma, and also you're really connected to your intuition. So maybe like you would feel off. Like, if something isn't for you, or if something is trouble, it's like, that it's trouble, or you would feel it. Or, I feel like if you are okay with just kind of being this careless and this free and this unpredictable, it's because you're following your gut, you're following your intuition. There's something deeper that you're tapped into. And again, I think that you have good karma. So I feel like that's probably why your energy isn't really focused on like what could go wrong and is this a bad choice? Am I going to regret this later? Because you know that if that was the case, I don't know, like you would feel it, like something would feel off, or you would receive a very loud, direct sign from the universe. I feel like you have a very strong relationship and connection to your spirit guides, to the divine, to the universe, to the beyond. And so that's probably why you're so comfortable being in this energy this year, and just like letting go, surrendering and trusting, and not being too cautious. I feel like deep down that it's okay and that things are going to work out. And I don't know, maybe you feel too like that you're going to have a really lucky year, or things are really growing for you. Like, there's a lot of opportunity here. You're just very curious. I see you very curious, very interested. And that's what you're letting take you, is your curiosity, are the things that interest you, that you feel are solid, like are solid opportunities, are things that you can cultivate and grow over time. So this is a very beautiful energy. You're just feeling like very in your power, very abundant. I feel like you're feeling like everything you touch turns to gold. You're not really too concerned with what could go wrong, or whether or not you're making a wrong choice, whether or not you're making a bad decision, because it's almost like you're connected to something else, like to something greater. Like, you have so much faith in whatever it is, whatever higher power you believe in. Like, you really believe in it so much, and you feel so connected to it, and you have so much faith in it, that you're just like, I know I'm good. I know I'm being led. I know I'm being guided. And maybe like even if something turns out to be, unsavory or like less than your expectations, it's almost like your viewpoint, like your worldview, your perspective. It's like you feel like, well, there was something that I could learn from that. Like, even if something goes wrong, like, you wouldn't regret it is what I'm trying to say, because you don't regret anything. You feel like if something went wrong, there was a reason for it. I had to learn something. Something had to be shown to me. I had to see something. So even if I don't like what was being shown to me, even if I don't like the reality of the situation, you're grateful. It's like you're grateful that you know it, that it was shown to you. So it's like you're even grateful for the bad times. And I feel like maybe that's why you're so comfortable with just going with the flow. Because even if things don't turn out how you hoped or anticipated, it's like you still find value in it, and you're still grateful for it, for the experience and for whatever it taught you, whatever it was there to show you and to teach you. Like, you find purpose and meaning in everything. You're just like living from a very deep and connected place, which again is beautiful. And that's why you're so comfortable with just being very spontaneous and just being very like on the go, on the run, doing things like on the fly, you know? You're just feeling very, very sure in your energy, very sure of yourself. I think like you've lived enough, like you've had enough experience to know that you're good. I don't know. It's like, you know, you're good. You know that you're taken care of. You know that you're always going to have everything that you need. You know that the universe provides, that the universe has your back. Maybe you've been through enough experiences like where you had to have blind faith and things just ended up working out, and now it's just the way it is for you. It's kind of like, this is your foundation. This is the foundation that you have now. This is where you're living from. This is where you're coming from. So it's just a really great energy because you're so comfortable. It's like you just feel very assured of yourself, your surroundings, your life, and your connection to the beyond, to something greater. And you're just like living very surrendered and just living in a very open way. You're very trusting. Wow, what a start. Amazing. So let's see. What are the energies for you as it pertains to love? This could be any kinds of love. We're going to leave it open since it's a general reading. So it could be like romantic relationships, friendships, familial relationships. What are the energies in that department? So as far as relationships go, what's going on? So I feel like you guys are working on your relationships this year, but I do feel like it's important to you. It's something that's important to you, that you put time and energy and effort into like working on your relationships. So if there are relationships in your life that maybe aren't going too good, or you know, like there were misunderstandings, or like there's some kind of tension, or some kind of back and forth, some kind of disagreements, I feel like you're really drawn to work on them. Like you really want to make these relationships better. Like you want to do your part. You want to, you know, put the effort in to improve the relationships in your life. I feel like you're going to be very open. You know, like you're not only going to be looking at it from the perspective of like, well, you're wrong. You know, I don't like you. I don't like what you did. Get out of my life. You know, it's like you're going to be open to be like, okay, well, what did I do? Like, how did I contribute to the problem? Is there something that I could fix within myself? Is there something that I could do to make this better? You know, like you want to take on your role, your part. You want to take responsibility for that, you know, for what's yours to take responsibility over. I feel like you're just looking for harmonious, equal relationships. Like you just want like good reciprocal relationships that are peaceful, that are healing, that are loving, you know, that are just like high vibrational. You definitely want your relationships to improve. So I'm seeing that like maybe you've had difficulty in this area in your life and you want to do the work. Like you want to look at yourself, or, you know, you want to do whatever it is that you need to do. You want to do your part. You don't want this like wishy-washy, confused state of like, are we good? Are we not good? Do you like me? Like, was that thing that you said, was that like a dig at me? Or if you say things in a subtle way, you know, to throw a shot, like you don't want to do that either. Like you don't want to be like mysterious or like under wraps, or, you know what I mean? Like you just want to be very open, very forthcoming, very transparent. You don't want there to be this confusion of like, I don't know where we stand. I don't know, you know, what you really think of me. Or you don't know, like you have no idea how I really feel about you. It's like you want to get rid of that layer of like confusion and haze and not really knowing like where someone stands, or someone not truly knowing where you stand or how you feel. You don't want to play like the guessing game of, oh, well, when they said this, then, you know, did they mean this? Or like, does that mean that they don't like me? Or, you know, were they throwing a shot? Or I feel like, you know, in order for that to kind of clear up, maybe it means that you have to be more upfront. Like you have to ask directly, like, oh, are you bothered? Are you okay? Are we good? Is there something you want to get off your chest? Or, you know, you're figuring out how to do that properly, because maybe it's not clear to you, like how you can improve your relationships. I do see that this is something you're going to be contemplating on, you're going to be thinking about, and I feel like, you know, you're open to see it from a different perspective. You're open to see other people's perspectives. And like I said, like you're open to take responsibility for your part. And you're just open to do it differently than you have before, because maybe like you were too afraid to speak up. And that's why things were always confused, because like a lot of assumptions were being made, but people weren't really ever being super direct with each other. And I feel like you're going to be finding ways where this isn't going to be like an issue anymore. So you're going to be doing the work on yourself where this isn't an issue anymore. You know what I mean? And you're going to be finding solutions to this. So whether this is like your confident levels, like because you're getting so confident in life, or you're feeling so confident, so comfortable in your skin, so sure of yourself, maybe it means that you're going to start being more forthcoming and more upfront and more like not confrontational, like in a bad way. I don't know why I feel like the word confrontational is like has a negative connotation, but it's like you're going to just be more forward, you know, like you don't want there to be any haze, any confusion. I feel like you just want to ask, like straight up. You don't want to make any assumptions. You just want to ask. Or you want to tell, like if someone made you feel a certain way, it's like you're just going to say, hey, this is how this makes me feel. What are your intentions? Can we talk about this? Just so things could just be very like out in the open, because you're just looking for peaceful relationships. Like you don't want these like relationships where things are hidden and there's a lot of secrets, or, you know, there's a lot of confusion, you're not sure, the energy is wishy-washy. You don't want that. And you're taking responsibility over how can you address that? Like what can you do to minimize that? And you're going to be finding solutions to this. Like I do see this area in your life progressing, improving. Maybe you're going to know what kind of people to surround yourself with. Maybe you're going to be like very careful. Like you're not just going to let people in so easy. If that was ever something that you did, you know, like now you're going to take time to like sniff around it, you know, like whenever you meet someone or whatever, you're not going to just assume that they're your friend, or I don't know, like you're just not going to rush into it. Like you're moving very slow to like really get a clear view of who this person is or who these people are, so that you know, like, is this something that I want around me? Is this something that I want to invest in? I feel like you're going to be really picky about it, because you're doing the work on yourself. Like you're willing to take accountability. You're willing to do your part. So it's like that's something that you're looking for in other people. Like, are they willing to do their part, you know? And I feel like it's going to take you a minute to determine that, you know, to discern that. I feel like you're always going to give the people the benefit of the doubt though. Like you're not going to come in here and like assume things and just like stuff people into categories and say, well, this person is this way. Like you are going to like let time pass. You're going to give people a chance. You're going to see how everything progresses for you to truly like make a decision. And I feel like maybe that's why your relationships are going to be improving, or this area in your life altogether is going to be improving, whether it's love, friendships, family relationships, because like you're doing this work on yourself. You're giving people the benefit of the doubt, like you're giving people a chance. And if people don't prove themselves, or, you know, like if you start catching red flags, or if you start feeling like their energy is like wishy-washy, then maybe these are people that you're gonna wash out of your life. So yeah, there's definitely something here like that. You're being very mindful about how you move. Like you're being very diligent about this area of your life. Like you really want to put in the work. You really want to like get to the bottom of it and like do your part, you know, to ensure that this area in your life is improved. So I feel like you're definitely going to be taking the time that you need to take to like discern what actions are necessary to ensure that you have true, genuine, high vibrational, like reciprocal, equal relationships in your life. You're doing the work, but you want other people to be doing the work too. You don't want none of this like, you know, he said, she said, you know, confusion. You're not sure. It could be this, but it could be that. Like, you don't want any of that. Things have to be very like upfront and clear and honest and open. And you're going to take whatever time you need to kind of like discern if it's the kind of relationship that you want in your life, that you're going to allow, that you're going to accept. And either you're going to deny it or you're going to embrace it. But it's like you're going to take the time that is needed to feel it out, to see the truth of it. You understand that you don't just see the truth of people like right away. And you're willing, you know, to take the time, to give people the chance, you know, to kind of like prove themselves, or to just be able to see like the truth of someone, to be able to see someone's character, to be able to see someone's true colors. It's like you're willing to give it time. You're very patient and you're willing to receive the information slowly, to let it come in slowly, to like, for someone to just show you who they are, basically, and whether or not it kind of like fits your standards and what you want from relationships. It honestly looks really good. I don't see anything like bad with this energy. I see, you know, you're handling it very well, and you're handling it in a very balanced way. You're being fair, because it's like this is the energy you're coming at it from. Like you're coming at it like, listen, I'm willing to do my part, to bring something to the table, to be honest. And if you catch a whiff that someone else is not coming through with this same energy, then you're going to dismiss it, let that go. And again, I feel like you're taking time to see the truth of people. You're letting people kind of show you who they are. So maybe you are very observant of like their behaviors, their actions, what they do, what they say, like, you know, to get to the bottom of it. I do see you giving like people a chance, and you're not quick to jump on conclusions. It's like you're letting people over time show you who they are. And this is why your relationships are going to be improved. I also do see like that you have like a boundary, like you have boundaries, and you're very protective over yourself and your energy. I just see like if you see one red flag, or maybe not one red flag, but let's just say like, you know, 3 strikes and you're out. It's like whatever it is that you decide is what works for you. Like if you decide like, okay, 3 red flags, and that's it. You striked out, you know? However it is that you're measuring that. The second someone shows you that 3rd red flag, it's like, bye. You are out. Like, I just feel like you have very strong boundaries, and you're just not playing with nobody. You are not playing. because you know what you bring. You know that you are a good friend, and you're just not going to entertain anything that is less than what you deserve. But you are willing to give people a chance to like get to know them and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you as it pertains to career for the year 2024. And this one, it fell. Okay, so career. I see you sticking to whatever it is that you're doing. I don't see any changes happening here for you. You're kind of just sticking to it. Like, you're not really expanding anywhere else. You know, like, I don't see any career changes, any career switches, you moving on to something else. I see you being very stable. So whatever it is that you're doing currently right now for career, that's what you're going to continue to do in 2024, according to these cards. And I feel like you're going to become a lot more tolerant of it or something. So like if you've felt, you know, like your job was difficult or whatever it is that you do for a career, whatever it is that you do for money, if you ever felt any kind of discomfort, like if you ever felt like, oh, I don't make enough money here, or, you know, if you ever felt like I don't like it here, I feel so limited here, I feel stuck here, I feel like you're going to get a little more comfortable here. You're going to like start to enjoy it more, embrace it more, maybe see it differently, be a little more creative in how you view it. Maybe the people that you work with or something are going to be nicer to you, or going to like, you're going to feel more comfortable with them. So it's going to, I don't know, like I just feel like you're going to tolerate your job more. You're going to start to like be like, oh, well, actually, like it's not so bad. Whether it's because like there's great people around that are like super fun and loving and supportive, or whether it's like you just feel like you can be more creative. Yeah, I feel like the relationships in your job are going to change. Like they're going to become more personal. They're going to be more like, hey, how you doing? Like where you can talk about life and about your feelings and what you're going through, and people are going to be supportive. And, you know, if you tell somebody that you like something, they're going to show up with it, you know, like if you say you like a certain kind of beverage or something, you know, and it's your birthday, it's like they're going to gift it to you, or they're going to bring you your whatever it is that you mentioned, like, so you know that people are really listening and they're making that effort, you know, to show you that they care, like surprise, you know, something like that. I feel like something like that is going to happen. I don't know, like you might tell someone like your favorite drink or something, and one day they're just going to show up with it for you. Maybe like a day that, you know, you're feeling sad or something, they're going to remember and they're going to try to like uplift you, and it's just going to be such a nice gesture, and you're just going to be like, oh my God, you know. So I just feel like the people around you are going to make you feel loved and supported, and you're just going to like create really good relationships in your job. So that's probably why you're going to tolerate it more. If, you know, you were having like an issue at work, or, you know, you were like feeling stuck, stagnant, like you weren't growing there, limited, you felt like you wanted to move out of there, like get a new job or switch careers or something, if you were feeling a little restless or like stir crazy or something, I feel like that's going to lift, and it's going to be because of the people. They're going to alleviate this burden that you felt, where you're just going to love the people that you're around, and it's going to make it all worth it, like whatever it is that you do. But yeah, you know, I'm not seeing that you're going to be making a lot of money this year, and I know that's like not the best news, and that's not what we want to hear. I do see that your finances, like either they're just not going to change, you know, they're going to stay the same, or you're going to feel like it's not enough, or you're not getting paid enough or something. But yeah, I definitely see something here about that, like where money could just feel like it's scarce, or you do feel like it's not enough, but it's like you're not going to be sad about it. I don't feel like you're going to be sad about it anymore, because it's like you're gaining something else. Like you are emotionally fulfilled by what it is that you do. And so it feels like you're at the right place, like you're doing exactly what you need to do, even if maybe you feel like you're not really getting paid enough here. And so that's what I think is going to like take precedence, and why you're going to stay there. Like maybe you're going to feel like, I need to expand, but something is going to be keeping you where you are. And it's because you're going to feel like you're exactly where you need to be, like you're doing what you're good at, or you're doing, like it's something that you love, or you just love the people. Like it's nurturing you, it's giving to you in a different way that may not be material, like money-wise. It's still nurturing, it's still providing something for you. And I feel like that's what keeps you there. I also feel like you are like in some kind of leadership position. Maybe you teach people. I don't know, like if you train people, you teach people, you're a teacher. You do seem to be like in some kind of teaching role, like in some kind of leadership position, where maybe like you guide people or something, or you serve as an example. You set some kind of standard, like people look up to you, people listen to you. I feel like you give orders like in some kind of a way, in one way or another. Kind of like if you think of a classroom, like there's the teacher, there's the professor that everyone sits down and listens to. Like they listen to their lecture, they take notes, like that sort of thing. Where you would be like in that teaching role, like you would be the professor, the person speaking, giving people like wisdom, information for them to like learn, study, implement. So yeah, I'm just seeing like Spirit is telling you that you're going to be fulfilled emotionally. Like this is going to emotionally feel really good for you. You're going to be so happy doing this. You're going to feel bliss doing what you do. And as long as it feels good to you, like that's what you should focus on, because it's like it's going to lead you somewhere good eventually. Even if, for 2024, it might not bring a lot of money, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like you're cultivating something, like keeping your position here, the low pay or something like that. It's like maybe eventually it'll make more money, or it's like you're being paid in another way. Like you're being paid, I'm hearing karmically, like you're being paid karmically, but also emotionally, like it's very fulfilling to you. You find a lot of joy doing this. It feels really good. It doesn't feel like work. You feel happy, and you feel like maybe you just feel so grateful too to be doing whatever it is that you're doing. But I feel like there's two parts of you. There's two sides of you, because it's like, okay, I love this, but I need money. So it's kind of like you get pulled in two directions. Like, okay, do I need to let this go? But I think Spirit is telling you to follow your heart and stay strong and stay put. And if you're happy here, if you're fulfilled, stay here, because something good will come from it in time eventually. Like things will progress for you. Exactly. It's like you have to be patient, because at first it's like you're not really going to be seeing a lot of profit in a material way. I really don't think you are, or you're going to stay like stagnant somewhere for a while. But then like it's going to move, it's going to change, it's going to expand eventually, where you will be able to like cultivate a more solid income. But it's just not going to happen right away. And so I think like patience is required. But I do see like it's going to be a rough journey. I'm not going to lie. Like you're going to be doubting a lot. You're going to feel like burdened. I don't know. I feel like you might feel burdened, or you might have those moments where you're like, am I going to be able to make ends meet? Like, or you're going to feel like you really have to work hard, or you're working overtime, or I don't know. Or maybe it's just inside of you, like not knowing, like not having that stability. or like that security is really like, it causes a lot of like tension, you know, just like a lot of anxiety maybe, where this is something that you might think a lot about, and like you might worry a lot about this. I don't know. Because I feel like someone may be taking advantage of you or something, or like you may be undercharging people, or I don't know. Just watch for that. Spirit is telling me like I'm reading too much into it and I need to stop, and you're going to be okay. Okay, like Spirit is saying, stop trying to dig deep into this. Like Spirit is like, we have this, we have a handle on this. Like if there's some shady stuff happening where someone is stealing from you, or you're not receiving like what's due to you, or something like that. Like if something is unequal or unfair, unbalanced, it's going to eventually come out, or you're going to eventually see it or know it or something like that. Okay, Spirit is saying no matter what, everything is going to work out eventually. And they're on it, and you're protected. Like the biggest takeaway, the biggest message for here, for like your career, finances, money, is to like follow what fulfills you, regardless of the money bit, like regardless of how much money it's making you. Does it make you happy? Does it fulfill you? Does it feel right? Do you feel valuable doing what you do? And like you're good at it, and you're providing something. And then you're also being nourished. Those should be like your markers, your indicators of you're doing the right thing. They don't want you to move away because you're not getting paid enough, is what I'm seeing. They don't want you to move away for that reason, because I think eventually like something is going to get balanced out. Because they're saying, like, they're acknowledging that maybe you are getting underpaid, or like something like that, or someone's stealing from you, or like something like this. I don't want to scare you or anything, but they're acknowledging that there's going to be some strife here, some worries, but that it's all going to get taken care of. It will be handled, and things will get better. You'll be able to move out of whatever like rough situation or rough waters you were in. You'll be able to handle your business, and like things will progress, things will get better eventually. Things will open up and expand. You'll be able to see like what it is that is causing the imbalance. If there's anything causing an imbalance, you'll be able to like see it, and you'll be able to cut it out and move on from it. And things will open up and change and expand. Okay, so let's get that last little piece of advice that Spirit would like to leave you with, so that we can wrap up this reading. We have the Christ Flame. Wow. This is number 31. So let's see what the book has to say. I'm not sure I've ever pulled this card. Let's see. Okay, it says, within you burns the flame of the Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine, opening to it as a lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Though the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine, and therefore greater love and depth of compassion, it too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute positive healing action and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering their inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that this bring healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living a life of dynamic action in support of the causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired action. You may be a combination of these soul types and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, what television you do or do not watch, and what you read, voting for the life you want to have around you in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you are connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You are part of the wave of awakening happening on the earth now. You are exactly where you are meant to be. and doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. Keep going. Wow. So I definitely have never pulled that card before, but that's powerful. I forgot to mention the numbers 31, which also can translate to 4. So either of those numbers are significant. And the poem says, "Love is more than words can define. It is a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks in a language only lovers know. And most of all, it is the beginning, the birth, the possibility, the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more." Wow. Yeah, so like that whole bit about like the money thing, it just makes a lot more sense now, because like your purpose is so much greater than like money. So that's why the focus is really not on like money and finances and like how much money you're going to get and like making breakthroughs really in that department. You are making an impact in other ways when it's something that is this godly, like when you're spreading the word of God, there's something else that supports you. There's something else that takes care of you. And even if you can't see it like through money and finances and stuff like that, like you will see it in another area. Even if you're not rich materially, it's like you're rich in another way. And I think that's the message that Spirit was trying to get across to us. And I think that's also something that you're going to reconcile within yourself too, when you're being kind of like pulled in these two directions of purpose or worldly material success, and which one is more important to you. And I think your heart is going to win this one. What you feel, and not like what your logical mind is telling you is what's best, which honestly is how we should all go about living our lives, is through our heart. We should be led through our heart. That is how we are the most authentic. And 2024 looks to be like a very, very authentic year for you, where you are walking in your authenticity and in your truth and in your purpose. And you're being very intentional and mindful with your actions, and you are being a great impact and seeding that higher vibrational, higher perspective energy into this world. You are an instrument for that to come down into this 3D reality, straight from God, which is beautiful. So definitely keep doing what you're doing. You are so on path. You are on path. And it's not like, this isn't something that you do for the money. It's something that you do because you know it's what's right. You're walking your path. You're walking your truth. Your soul is here to do something else. You're not prioritizing building up your life in the material world, because from your perspective, the material world is going to pass away and turn to dust. So you are choosing to build your life where it's going to be permanent and where you can take this growth with you, which is in the spiritual realm, the kingdom of God. And I think that is Spirit's message here. That's the point they're trying to get across. Wow, this one was very powerful, very impactful. Thank you so much for your existence and for your work and for being here. You are so loved, so appreciated. I see you. I'm with you. I love you. We're in this together. We're so fam. So again, thank you so much for the work that you do and for the energy that you are and that you bring. You're awesome. Okay, so that was your message. I truly hope these messages have served you. This sounds like you're going to have a great year, a great 2024. I'm so happy for the opportunity to have been able to give you these messages. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can find my information in the description box below. I would love to work with you. Take good care of yourselves. Big hugs. And until next time, bye. Hey guys, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2 or the Amethyst Platonic Solid. Today we are doing a 2024 predictions reading. Like I already mentioned in the intro, we are going to be looking into a variety of different topics. Remember, tarot is picking up on the highest potential currently as I'm reading these cards. So currently, as things stand, this is the most probable outcome. But of course, your actions, the choices that you make can always influence and change the energies. Change is the only constant, and energy is always shifting and moving. So nothing is set in stone. And if you receive a message here today that you do not like, number one, this is a general reading. So maybe not every single message is going to apply. That's up to you and your discernment to decide. And number two, you can always change what you don't like. If you make different choices, then like I said, the energy changes and you can create different outcomes. I've already cleansed and cleared the space. I'm actually recording this reading on a different day than I recorded the intro in the first one, and I'm just feeling so ready to go. I'm so excited to get into these messages. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump right in. So let's see, what are the general energies? Just the general energies for 2024. What can you guys expect, generally speaking, from this year? Let's see. Okay, so let's see what we have here. You guys see these? Okay, so generally speaking, I'm seeing that you guys are kind of testing the waters a little bit. Like maybe you're starting to come out of your shell a little more. You're starting to engage in conversation or initiate conversation. Maybe try to be more adventurous, more fun, more outgoing, more curious. I think you might be seeking just some fun in your life, some variety, but it's like you're not 100% sure of yourself yet. So I see you like kind of testing the waters, you know, like maybe you're feeling like you want to come out of your shell a little more and you want to be more talkative, but it's like you don't know if you're coming off weird or if people are understanding you or misinterpreting you. Like you're just unsure of yourself. You're second guessing things. Like if you send a text message or if you post on social media, you'll be like, oh my gosh, do I sound like an idiot? You know, was that like the right way to put that? Did I word that right? And it looks like you're just second guessing yourself a lot. So you might be putting your opinions out there, you know, but then you're not sure like if it's going to be taken well or how people are going to respond. How are people going to react? Are people going to like it? Are people going to make assumptions about you? And I just feel like you're spending a lot of time this year worried, like just really worried about like, what are others thinking about me based on the things that I say or the things that I post, your messages, your communication. And it honestly just looks like you're too worried about what other people are thinking, saying, potentially like gossiping about you. You're too worried. You're too worried of the eye of society judging you and categorizing you. And it's a possibility also that you are trying to be cool. Like maybe you're trying to appeal to people and maybe you're trying to like say the cool thing or say the right thing or like, you know, follow the trends, trying to keep up with everyone, with people. And I don't know, there's something here about that you're just very worried and very focused on what people are saying, how people are perceiving you, how people are receiving you. And this just seems to be like a priority, like a main focus for you. So I guess the advice is just kind of to like not care too much, not give it so much weight, what other people think and say. You know, everyone's on their own unique journey. Everyone's on like whatever level that they're on. People are only going to perceive what you're doing based off of like their own lens and their worldview and where they're at, you know? So it's never really advised to care too much about what other people think. Like as long as you're coming from the heart and you're being authentic and, you know, if you're just expressing yourself and you're just like having fun and you want to just be free to be yourself and post what you want and say what you want, then just go for it. Who cares what other people have to say? Also, Spirit is telling you to maybe not post things or say things, text things, or have like petty conversations when you're in the heat of the moment. Like maybe take some time to slow down, to take a breath, and to, make that choice more rationally, whether or not you want to engage in that conversation, like whether or not you want to say those things. Because maybe it's also like that you are just very impulsive and then you kind of regret the things that you say or something. That could also be it. So as long as you just like take a moment to slow down, to let, the energy settle, and then become sure about the things that you want to share, about the things that you want to put out there, about the conversations that you want to have, the messages that you want to give, the conversations you want to partake in, like make sure you're coming from a place where you're settled, you're calm, you're peaceful, you're not like all fired up and like you're in the moment and you're trying to, like keep up with someone. So if you're like in a group of people and they start talking about Amy, for example, Amy at work, oh my God, Amy, she like leaves her lunch on the table, like she doesn't clean up after herself. She comes, she eats here, and then you're like, yeah, Amy, oh my God, and she's so annoying. I sit right next to her, and like you should hear her. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like it might be petty, and just be careful. Like be careful with that. Like not to like keep something going, or just like because you want to be a part of the conversation, or you want to keep the conversation going, or something like that. And then later on, you're like, oh my gosh, I actually like Amy, like I don't know why I said those things about her. It was just like the heat of the moment and they were talking about her, so I just wanted to say something. I just wanted to contribute something, but then like you regret it. And it might just like confuse the energy or like bring a lot of haze. So Spirit is saying to calm your energy down. You know what I mean? Like just to come from a place of peace, calmness, stillness. Like don't just be super impulsive in conversation, and just kind of take a deep breath and make sure that you want to say the things you want to say. And if you're not sure, or you haven't taken that time to like breathe and calm yourself down a bit, or if you don't know about something, like maybe you want to say something or you want to contribute and it's kind of like you don't really know about that thing, like just don't say anything. It's okay to like just be like, well, actually, like I don't know. I haven't really like read about that or done any research about that, or I haven't heard anything about that. Like it's okay to just also observe and be quiet, and to let people know like that you don't know, because it just seems like you're just very talkative. Like you just want to talk and you just want to like be social and you just want to engage. But I feel like that energy could like get you into some kind of hot water. Even if it's just like within yourself, like you just start like second guessing yourself. So yeah, Spirit is just telling you to make sure that your energy is settled. Don't be so impulsive. Make sure that you take the time every day to kind of like clear your head, clear your mind, to find stillness, to find peace, and to really be clear about what it is that you're feeling and thinking about a certain thing, so that you don't kind of like have one of those foot in your mouth moments. Because if you don't take these, precautions, it's possible that you're going to have a lot of like those foot in your mouth moments. So just be mindful about that. And, like present yourself just in a more refined way. It's like this energy that you have, it's okay to have it. It's okay to be excited and to be curious and to want to talk and to want to engage and be social and like, but if it's coming off like really impulsive and like not thought out and stuff, it can come off as being like immature a little bit, where if you take the time to just be a little more mindful and self-aware, you can channel this energy in a more refined way, where it comes off very dynamic and very sexy and very attractive and magnetic, and it comes off as like, like you are charismatic and you do have a lot of interesting things to say, and you are super fun and outgoing, and you do like bring people together, and maybe like you want to be the one that puts together an outing, an outing for all of the people at work or wherever you are, an outing for your family. Like you're the one that creates like, hey guys, I have this idea. Let's all meet up at the park at this time. Let's have a picnic, or let's have a barbecue. Or why don't we all plan like a cruise ship vacation, whatever it is, like you can use that energy in a way better way. Like you can channel it in a way that's going to be like productive and a way that's going to be positive and like just more refined if you take the time to like slow down, calm down, and think things through versus like just being super spontaneous and letting things like fly out of your mouth and just wanting to be a part of something, wanting to engage, wanting to participate. So yeah, it's just a matter of like using this energy correctly, channeling it correctly so that it comes out better, more refined, and it has more of a positive impact. Okay, so those are general energies. So let's see then, what can you expect as it pertains to love in 2024? What can you expect in 2024 as it pertains to love? We got a little more cards than expected for you, but it's okay. They came out, so we will read them. Let me fix it up here. Okay, so love. You might be kind of bored. I don't know, like you just feel like there might not be a lot of prospects or a lot of options or like a lot going on in the love department. I think honestly you have to be more discerning. I think like the message here for you when it comes to love is like that you might be focused on the wrong people. And that's why things probably don't progress. They don't move forward. Maybe you want to go for like what's shiny, what looks fun, what looks like exciting, instead of like what's going to actually like be good for you or what's going to like be solid, be a good opportunity, be something that can last. So there's something about that, like you have to be more wise about your choices in love. You have to be able to like see people clearly, or maybe not go after like all that shimmers and shines, Don't go based off of like the surface of something, but more so about like a person's like character, like their character, their ethic, their work ethic, their morals, their reliability, like look at someone's life, like what has that person built up around them. It's like you have to learn how to see people more true. Spirit is saying to look for people that are disciplined, people that are committed to something, that show up for something, that have grown something over time, that have something to show for it. For example, like someone that goes to the gym, like, or someone that's very healthy, or someone that has like a garden that they tend to and that's very healthy and vibrant and robust, or like something like that, because it shows discipline, someone that goes to the gym, that takes care of themselves, that has like a good, healthy daily routine. It shows discipline. It shows that they can dedicate themselves to something, that they're willing to put in the work, that they're willing to grow something from scratch, start from scratch, and that they have it in them to just build something up. So I feel like these are the kind of qualities you want to look for someone. And maybe this type of person isn't super fun and flashy and shiny and vibrant, like just upon looking at them. Maybe like this is a type of person, like because they're so into whatever it is that they're doing and they're hardworking, they could be very like focused on their own thing, on their own life. And so they seem maybe boring or something. And so like maybe you don't even look at that person because you're too focused looking at like worse options, people that just, I don't know, like they're not really gonna move past a certain point. They don't have a lot to give, or their foundation isn't right. And when I mean like a lot to give, I don't mean like materially, maybe also in a material way, but more so like they're very blocked off. Like they could be very greedy or like very stingy. They don't want to share. They don't want to give. They don't want to have like anything reciprocal. So again, you really have to watch out for that. I feel like 2024, it's looking like it's going to be a year of a lot of decision making. Like it's like the year is going to go depending on your choices that you make, the decisions that you make. Like you can choose to be more lower vibrational, or you can choose higher, you know? So your choices depend kind of like what the experience is going to be. So either you're going to get with like these people that maybe look like a fun time, you know, like they go out for drinks and they party and they're social and they get together, but maybe these people are like aren't really ambitious, or they don't really have any long-term goals, or they're not really working on anything. They're just like partying it up and getting drunk all of the time or something. I am seeing something about like partying and drinking. And so they're saying like that you need to be able to see through this. And maybe like these are the environments that we were picking up on, that you like maybe like start having like those foot and mouth moments where you just start talking and you start maybe oversharing, or you start saying things, or you start gossiping, or you start saying things that like you're not proud that you said the night before. And maybe it's because you were drinking, or you were under the influence of something, and you were like in the moment with friends. And yeah, like it's just like a very confusing, hazy energy that just kind of keeps you stuck and keeps you not feeling good and keeps you somewhere where you're not really progressing or growing or evolving. You know, like maybe you want to surround yourself more with people that are like doing something with themselves, you know, that are dedicated to something, that are growing something, that are building something, that are hardworking, that are committed to something. Again, I don't think they're super fun and flashy, but these are people that you can learn from. These are people that can like rub off on you, and then like, you know, you can start emulating some of their good habits and, you know, creating some of those good habits in your life so that you can grow something, so that you can be reliable and, you know, be someone that's very stable, solid, dependable, reliable. I think I already said that. But yeah, it's just saying like you want to look for reliable people, and like you want to learn how to be attracted to the right thing. Because I think maybe as it stands, like you're not really attracted to the right thing, but if you learn to see it more clearly and you learn to see it from a higher perspective, from a lens of truth, like if you start to deal in truth, you'll see like maybe the people you're attracted to, like their only contributions in your life is like keeping you stagnant and low vibrational, keeping you stuck, not progressing, not evolving, not growing. Where spirit wants you to start to become attractive to and start seeing like the possibility and the opportunity with someone that is more of that growth mindset, and like to become attracted to that, you know, become attractive to the person that stays at home reading, you know, that is learning something, that is refining a skill, that is building something, that, you know, you see in a very tangible way that they are dedicated to something. Someone that is a protector, you know, someone that truly knows how to protect, someone that is wise, kind, stable, ambitious, and that is notably successful in some way. Someone that is very like self-sufficient, really good with their money. And yeah, like this is the kind of person that you want to get attracted to, that you want to look out for, that you want to see as valuable for a relationship, because this is someone that you can have something that's long-term with, someone that's always going to be there for you and, you know, commit to you, someone that has like that greater sense of purpose, you know, like they're just gonna help you grow too. I think like just being around this person like is going to inspire you. You're going to want to improve yourself and your own self-sufficiency and like, you know, your own self-reliance. These are the people that you want to surround yourself with, that you want to see as valuable, that you want to be attracted to when it comes to love. Because these are the kind of people that you can have something really, really good with. So Spirit is just saying like to watch out what it is that you're attracted to and who it is that you're surrounding yourself to. You know, they want you to kind of like put a focus, like put a spotlight on your relationships and, you know, the give and take, like are things balanced? What are you getting from this relationship? What is it that you value in relationships? What is it that you're attracted to? How have your relationships been? Maybe like you'll notice that your relationships in your life really haven't been great or something like that. They really haven't given you anything stable or anything valuable. And it's like, reflect on why is that? Why is that? And get to the bottom of it, get to the truth of it. Like, who is it that you're attracted to? What kind of people do you attract? And just become very honest about those things so that you can start to make better choices, better decisions, and get yourself around just higher quality people that could potentially end up in something like really good, really stable, really divine. But I think it's going to be with someone that you're not really looking at in that way, or you're not perceiving to be a choice, or like you're not perceiving it to be valuable, or you're not seeing it, I think. So there is some kind of illusion or haze that you have to cut through in order to see this properly. Okay, so that's the energy for love in 2024. Looks like you know, your hands are full. You look like you need to do a lot of reflection. You need to see things clearly. You need to like gather the data of like what's happening, what you're feeling, what you're surrounded by, and just, you know, you need to see things very objectively. You know, you need to consider the facts rather than like your personal feelings or your attractions or your preferences, because something about this is, I think it's like misguiding you. So it's telling you to be very logical and to like be very matter of fact. You're going to really need to be in that energy in order to see something more clearly here, and to make like cuts where you need to make cuts, and to create certain boundaries, and like to make better choices, better decisions with who it is that you're surrounding yourself with, and what it is that you are attracted to or perceive as like an option, you know, in love. Okay, so yeah. So now let's move on to career, finances, money. Also, this love portion, I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention, I think this is important. It's like all of relationships. Like my intention is for it to be like for romantic relationships, familial relationships, friendships, you know, just relationships in general. So take it however it applies for you. So maybe this is something you need to apply, just generally speaking, in all of your relationships, something you need to look at. Okay, so let's move on to finances. So let's see, how are finances looking for you in 2024? We got another extra card. You guys so far are getting the most cards. I still haven't recorded the last group, but yeah, just so far. Lots of cards here, lots of messages that want to come through for you. Maybe 2024 is meant to be like a very like eye-opening year for you, where you need to like start seeing things clearly and like get grounded in reality and get grounded in truth and start dealing in truth. Okay, so what am I seeing here? Okay, so I'm seeing that like you want to expand, like you want to be aligned to what's meant for you, you know, as it pertains to like money and finances and career. You want to expand your horizons and watch this area in your life grow and change. You definitely want to move from where you're at, but it's like, even though you have this feeling, I feel like you're not putting in the actions to match that feeling that you have of like, yeah, I want to expand, I want to grow, I want to move forward, I want to progress, I want to see what else is out there for me, I want better opportunities, I want something more, something better. But it's like you're keeping yourself stuck. You think that you're helpless. Like you think like, yeah, but I want those things, but I can't, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. I'm stuck here. When it's like, you're not stuck here. You know, we always have a choice. There's always something we can do. But it is going to require like hard work and dedication and committing yourself to something. And it's possible that you might want to bypass that part in order for us to attain something great. You know, you have to work for it. You have to put on your boots and you have to show up. and build something, cultivate something over time, commit yourself to something, and, stay present in the moment every single day, putting all of your time and attention and focus on whatever it is that you're building. And over time, it grows and it expands and it turns into something. But it's like you have to commit to that. You have to take that step. And this might be something that you are resistant to doing. And that's what's keeping you stuck. Maybe you don't want to work hard. I'm sensing like a very young energy from this pile. I'd be so curious to know like how old are you guys? Because I'm sensing just like a really young energy, like someone that doesn't really know a lot about life or like doesn't have a lot of experience, or even if you are older, it doesn't matter. It's just someone that's like still trying to like put the pieces together and like still trying to see things clearly and gain a better understanding. It's like someone that's still growing and learning, and it just feels very young. So I'd be curious to know. But yeah, you know what it is? I think you guys are the type of people that like, you only want to do what you prefer to do. Like you're just like, no, I don't like that. Or you're quick to like shut something down because like if there's like one little detail that sounds uncomfortable, you'll be like, no, that's definitely not for me, There definitely is something like about preferences and aversions, and like sometimes you're gonna have to do things that don't sound good. Let's say, for example, you really want to be a psychologist or you really want to be a therapist. Like that's what you want to do, that's what you want to be. But you're like, but I don't want to wake up early every morning to like go to class. I'm not a morning person. It's like at some point you're going to have to like get past that, like get past that you're not a morning person and just, be committed to something and want something so bad that you're willing to like put up with any discomfort or any aversions in the moment. Things aren't always going to be peachy and butterflies and rainbows. They're not meant to be. Life isn't always easy. It's a climb, and there are obstacles that you're going to have to get past, and things are going to take a long time. Like maybe also it's like that you're like, oh, that's just going to take way too long. Like I'm not even going to start because it's going to take 7 years, something like that. And it's like, well, the time is passing anyway. You might as well start. You might as well commit yourself to something. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that, you're moving, you're progressing, you're doing something. You're cultivating something. And in the journey, like you learn so much. It's not even about the outcome. It's always about the journey, the experience, and what that does to you, how that changes you, how that evolves you. That experience is where the gold is at, and is like what makes someone, what builds your character, your strength, what shows you what you're made of and what you're capable of. You're capable. You're not helpless. You can do anything. You can do anything you set your mind to. You are so strong. You are so resilient. Let yourself prove it to yourself. Prove it to yourself how freaking amazing you can be. You can do hard things. You can commit to something. And you have to start somewhere, So I feel like you're going to have like a message or an opportunity or something where you can really like level up in career and finances, but you might just be a little like weary of it, or you're just like, that sounds like a hard, long road. That sounds like a long journey. That sounds like exhausting. I don't know if I want to commit to that kind of schedule. And you just might be very defensive towards whatever this is, whatever opportunity it is that's coming at you. It could also be that like a lot of people are giving you their opinion too, which I totally get. Like if that's what it is, like that you're like too many people are just like putting in their 2 cents and you're just like, shut up, like let me make my own decision. Let me decide for myself, like mind your business. I can see how that can be annoying too. That's definitely a possibility that's showing up here, and how that can kind of keep you in a confused state and kind of feeling like you're stuck and you don't know what to do because you're hearing too many voices. So yeah, if that's the case, definitely like tell those people, thank you for your input. It's probably coming from a good place. I don't know. Only you could know where these people are coming from and what the energy is that they're coming at you with. But just tell them that, this is something that you need to, like, it needs to come from you. It needs to come from within. It's a choice only you can make. It's something that you feel inside, like something that you're drawn to, something that you're curious about, something that you want to learn about, that you are like committed to growing, committed to like watching it progress and succeed and flourish. And just know that you can do it, because I don't know if you're doubting yourself or you think that you can't do something, but yes, you can. You absolutely can. You have what it takes. You are capable. You are smart. You can get up. You can do it. You can show up every day and do a great job. Doesn't matter how hard it is. If you put in the work, you can do anything you set your mind to. But you do have to put in the work. You have to make the right decisions, the right choices, day in and day out. What you reap is what you sow. Every action has a consequence. So just depending on what it is that you see for yourself, that you want for yourself, like Spirit is asking you to like take this year to really figure that out for yourself. Like, what is it that you want to do? Like, what is it that you find worthwhile? And just start planning it, start breaking it down, start deconstructing it into small little steps. And remember, you don't have to like create the whole blueprint. Like, just create those first 3 little steps of like, okay, this is what excites me. This is what I want to do. This is what, I want to learn, where I want to build a skill set or something. Or this is what I want to do for work. This is what I want to build up. It can be anything, whatever it is. Figure out what it is that draws you in, that excites you, that you feel connected to, that makes you curious. And then just, what is the next immediate action that you can take to get you closer to that path? And if you're finding yourself at a point where you're just like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much work. Like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what draws me in. I already know what it is, but I am not going to go to law school and have to pass all of these tests. Again, take it as it resonates. I just feel like you are overwhelming yourself because you think that whatever it is that you want to do is going to be so difficult. You think it's like too difficult, and to the point that you're like not even trying. You're giving up before you even started. And it's like you're not believing in yourself when you do that. And Spirit wants you to believe in yourself and to know like you can do this. You have what it takes. You are strong enough. So start, begin. Remember, life is not about like quick results. Like maybe you're just like, what can I do really fast that's just gonna like, give me some kind of quick result. Then it's not gonna fulfill you. It's not gonna satisfy you. Don't try to take shortcuts. Commit yourself to something, even if it feels like it's going to take so long and it's going to be so grueling. One step at a time, you can do it. Just take it one day at a time. Don't think that you can't do it. And don't give up on yourself before you've even begun. You're going to surprise yourself, and you're going to see what you're capable of, and how strong you are, and how smart you are, and how committed you can be. We all have what it takes. All it takes is making that choice every day, making that choice to show up. And there are ways that you can like take care of yourself, have fun in the process, have a self-care routine where you're also like supporting your well-being. Like, it's not just gonna be, it doesn't have to be this like really crazy intense experience. Even though I know, like, especially if you want to pursue like some kind of degree or education program, like I know those can be a little crazy. I don't agree with a lot of those programs and like how horrible they are to like our mental health and stuff, and they don't really take those things into account. I hate that. Like, I hate how the system is set up, but even under those circumstances, you can make it happen for yourself. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You are not helpless. You are not stuck. You just have to choose something, take your time, feel it out, and then commit to it. And you're going to align yourself to a really great opportunity, or to something that's just going to be perfect for you, that you're going to feel really fulfilled by, that you're going to love. and trust that you know what that is for yourself. You just have to connect with it. Put down your barriers, put down your walls, any defensive energy to like, well, that's too hard, or I can't do that, or that's going to take too long. Just put all of that down. What do you want to do? What are you drawn to? You can do it. Start. Because whatever it is that you're drawn to is like, it's what's perfect for you. It's what you're meant to do. And it's going to bring you so much happiness and so much good fortune. And you might even meet like the love of your life, I'm just saying. The cards are showing that could be the case. That this could just be a very transformative decision here that you're making. And it doesn't matter if it's hard. You can do hard things. Like there's something, like a certain viewpoint or perspective that you have about yourself that you need to like let die. You need to let crumble. Because it's literally blocking you from something having to do with your money, your finances, and your career. You have to be strong and know that you can do it, you can handle it, and that it's going to be worth the effort. It's going to be worth the exhaustion, the long nights, the long hours. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be something that you want to celebrate and something that you're really going to enjoy. It's like you're going to be united with something. That's why I brought up the whole love thing, because it looks like you're going to be united to something, aligned to something beautiful, perfect, amazing. Maybe it's like the work you're doing on yourself. You choosing this path, it's like you're doing some deep healing work, and you might not even know it, but it's happening. Like I said, it's like you might just surprise yourself because you think you're incapable, and then you're going to see like all of this time, look how strong I was. All of this time, look how capable I was. I had it in me all along. I just didn't believe in myself. Something like that. So it's like you're tearing down some faulty perspective that you have of yourself. And you're going to transform how you see yourself. And you're going to grow wiser in life in general, but about self too. There's definitely something you're transcending here. You're seeing differently, and your perspective is going to change about. Okay, so, wait, we're not done. I still have to pull an oracle card for you. So let's pull an oracle card so that we can wrap up your 2024 reading. I feel like this year has a lot of potential to just be very transformative for you. A lot of things are going to change. You're going to start seeing things like clearly and just make better decisions, better choices. You're going to start seeing yourself more clearly. You're going to prove something to yourself. Gifts received. I love this card. Let's see. Number 13. So the number 13 or the number 4 could be significant. So it says, relax. It's okay to accept what is coming your way now. Gentle your soul, steady your heart. Even the most precious treasure can be received by you. Why not? Are you not built of the same stuff as the treasure? It's all love after all. That is all that there is. Enjoy, accept. Rest in the knowledge that you are being invited into a sanctuary of abundance, peaceful rest and replenishment now. It's time. This oracle holds a message for you. The universe is trying to get something to you. More abundance, more love, an answer to a prayer. Sometimes the healing comes in unexpected packages. Sometimes we try so hard to find the answer, exerting so much effort to receive, that we make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. So relax, have some fun, be at peace. Everything is working out just fine, and there's a nice surprise coming your way. And the little poem is, the wind blows softly through grass and my open heart. Love, unexpected. Yeah, so it's like it's coming. It's like you're going to get a big gift in an unexpected package. So stay open, stay present, relax. Everything is okay. Everything is going to be okay. And yeah, those were your messages for your 2024 predictions reading. I truly hope that served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourself. And remember, I do personal readings. So if you want one of these readings, just more personalized to you and your energy, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. I'll leave my contact info in the description box below. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So much love, and until next time, bye. Hey guys, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3, or either this Jade or Aventurine Crystal Skull. I put him off to the side because it was like hiding in the shadows. So that's why it's like all the way over there. And today we are going to be looking into your 2024. We're going to be looking into a variety of different topics, starting with general messages for 2024. Like I told the other 2 groups, we are going to be picking up on the highest possible outcome as things stand today. This is the most probable outcome, but as you guys know, energy is ever changing, and we have free will to make choices, to make decisions, to move and change things. So if there's anything that you hear in this reading that you don't like, just know that your awareness of it and the decisions that you make moving forward from here can change things. So you're always the one in control, in power of your life. Tarot is just reading the energies of the moment and like the trajectory it's currently on, okay? So with that being said, let's get right into it. I'm excited to get into this reading. I'm kind of feeling a little nervous for this one. We already got our first card. But yeah, I'm already feeling a little nervous for this one, but we'll see. We'll see how the energies are. Okay, doesn't look so bad. Yeah, I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I was getting a vibe. But we'll see. So far, so good. So, okay. So generally speaking, for those of you that chose this group, it looks really good, you guys. I feel like it just looks like you are strengthening yourself. You're getting yourself to a position where you are going to be feeling very strong, very solid, very secure and stable within yourself. Not only within yourself, but in your external world too. Like it's going to reflect out into the external as well. So you're going to be feeling just very taken care of, like you have all of your needs met. You have a stable home, you have stable flow of income. You're feeling secure and strong within yourself, taking care of yourself, possibly taking care of others. It looks like you're in a really good place this year, and like you're going to be getting a lot of inspiration because you've gotten yourself to this place externally where you're just kind of like at peace, and you know, you have no worries, like all of your survival needs are being met. I feel like there's more space, more opportunity for you to focus on your creative endeavors, maybe for you to focus on your spirituality, or just to have like really high vibing conversations. You just seem to be like a very wise energy. I feel like you've gone through a lot. You have a lot of experience, so you know yourself very well. And maybe people come to you for advice, or you're a consultant or something like this. You support people in some way. I feel like you're going to have a lot of people come to you for whatever it is that you do. I see people wanting to come to you and pay you for your services or pay you for whatever it is that you offer, that you provide. You might have to turn people away because maybe you're going to have like an influx of business or something, or of clients or prospects, whatever this is, students. But I do see you having like very high conscious, elevated conversations, really good advice. It's very pure advice. The advice seems very connected to source, very valuable. Yeah, I definitely see you connecting with something bigger, something greater. So maybe, you know, you've been like in this place where you've been alone, you've been focusing on your own energy, on going within a lot, and now you're in a place where you just have like a really strong connection, or you have a lot of knowledge about something, and I just feel like you're sharing it, you're passing it along. There's something that you've experienced, that you went through, that you gained a lot of like wisdom about, that now it's fueling your creativity, or what it is that you are bringing forward, what it is that you're bringing forth, what it is you're communicating, what it is that's coming through you, out of you. And you just seem to be like in a very, very strong, stable position. So maybe you're helping others get to this place as well. I feel like you've gone through a phase in your life, or you're currently going through a phase in your life where you're like taking an honest look at yourself, and you're looking at the things that are holding you back, looking at your blockages, the things that have you bound, your attachments, any possible addictions or contracts that are binding you in some way. And I think you taking the time to do this work, it's really, really paying off this year for you. Again, I feel like there's going to be so much opportunity, like an abundance of opportunity to make money, or to like grow something, to invest into something. But it's almost like too much, like to the point where it might be overwhelming, and maybe you have to kind of be more selective, or you can't possibly be available for everything that comes your way, because you're one person and you can only do so much. But I do see you having something very valuable to offer, to give, something that you've cultivated yourself. And there is going to be like a very practical way that you are going to like offer this to the world, communicate this to the world, these ideas, whatever it is that you're enlightened about, whatever it is that you are seeing clearly, whatever it is that you see the truth of. I feel like you're going to be somehow communicating it, or you're going to be gauging like the people that come to you for whatever it is that you offer, for whatever it is that you do. You're going to be seeing like, what is it that people need the most? What is it that people need support in? And you're going to be kind of like gathering this information to create something that's going to be very divine. Like it's going to be something very divinely guided that you're going to create based off of the needs of your, clients or whatever it is. This is beautiful. Very, very beautiful energy. I feel like you are going to be seeing like where there's a need for something, and then you're going to be able to fill that need in some way. Like you're going to have whatever it is to fill that need, to help people. It's going to be something like creative. And again, it's very divinely orchestrated. Like it's coming through you based off of your experiences and the things that you've learned and your own wisdom. But also there's like a higher power here aligning things and blessing this and giving you like inspiration and ideas to like put something together. I feel like you're going to help people make choices, or you could be helping people when it comes to like love, relationships, commitments. You could potentially be going into business with another person, or there could be like a very important, significant relationship that comes into your life. But yeah, there's something here, something very beautiful, divine, a beautiful union that's going to be very harmonious. Whether this is like in relationship to another person, or whether this is, you uniting with your people, with your tribe, with the people that you can help in a big way, in a way that's going to be important for them and for you, that's going to be very meaningful and purposeful for you. So you will both be helping each other in a way. Like everyone will be getting something out of, the relationship. So it's beautiful. This is incredible energy. I'm loving this so far. That is for general. So let's see, what can you expect in love in 2024? What can you expect in love for 2024? Okay, so let's see here. What can you expect in love? I think you're going to be looking really good. You're going to be very attractive. You are going to be looking like an amazing option here. If you're already in a relationship, it looks like you're just going to continue exploring with this person, continue building with this person. Maybe you guys are really busy, or you're going to a lot of places. You're having a lot of conversations, a lot of discussions. It could be that you're learning a lot still about this person. And if you are already in a relationship, I feel like it's an established relationship, like you guys have been together for a long time. And yeah, it just looks like, it's not boring. Like, you're learning something new, you're experiencing new things, you're continuing to build memories, you're continuing to build together with each other. And I just see you very adventurous and outgoing and really excited about it, about this connection, like just feeling just as excited as day one, seeing your partner and your partner seeing you as very attractive. I feel like, you guys only have eyes for each other, and, the spark is very much still alive. It's still there. You're going to be, investing time into the relationship, planning dates, planning outings, experiences, just being very active in the relationship. I also see you initiating a lot, in whatever way that is. I just see you having a lot of energy and a lot of excitement and just wanting to take charge. That's if you're in like a long-term committed relationship already. But if you're not, I do see you having a lot of options here because you are looking really good. So you are kind of like attracting a lot of love interests. Not only do you physically look good, but I feel like financially you look good too. And I feel like people can see that from a distance, that maybe you're well off, or you take really good care of yourself, or you have something that's very established, that's very successful, that's very abundant. And so that's why you have to be careful about the energies that come towards you, because you want to make sure that these people are interested in you for the right reasons. And so I do see you kind of having like to use your discernment to know, why is a person there? Like, what does a person want? Why are they attracted to you? What is it that they're after? Like, is it a real connection, or are they after the stability that you have to offer, or the money, or like a certain lifestyle? So I do see you being like very careful with who it is that you allow into your space. Again, if you are in a commitment, I feel like you could have people still wanting you or something, and you have to be like very straightforward and very like direct with these people to let them know that, you're already in a commitment, because it's possible that there's going to be like third parties kind of maybe still interested in you, even if they know that you're in a commitment, still kind of testing the waters and seeing like if they can get in somehow, or if you would be into that. I don't know. But yeah, I do see you having to like just be very matter of fact, very, very clear with these people, very direct, having to tell them like what it is, set your boundaries so that nothing is confused and everyone knows what's appropriate, what isn't, where your commitment lies. And yeah, I do see you having to like be the person that makes these decisions and that lets these things be known. Like, you do have to be the one to initiate things, I'm seeing here, to communicate things, to draw the line, to make cuts if that's necessary, if that's needed, to clear any confusion, if there's any confusion surrounding anything. Because honestly, I'm seeing like you're the one with like the table, it's like that saying like, what do you bring to the table? And you're like, I am the table, or like I bring the table, like I see you being in that position. And so I do see you kind of like in that position of power to be calling shots, and making decisions, making choices, like putting things where they belong, keeping things in their, respective places, to keep things like nice and clean, and so things don't get all like messy and confused. So that's really interesting. So yeah, your love life looks like it has the potential to be very busy. I just see like so many different people here, and then you having to, like draw the line or be discerning, or if you are already in a commitment, like, you needing to make things very clear and place boundaries so that you can protect your commitment. Again, I'm seeing you being very attractive, being very, very magnetic. People are finding you to be very interesting, very fun. It seems like everybody wants a piece. Everybody wants a piece of you. Pile number 3. So you do have to be very direct. You want to make sure that if you're not trying to give off that impression that you're interested, or if you don't want to lead someone on, it's like you kind of have to be very forward with them, very direct. Like send those messages or just have a very honest, straightforward conversation. It's also possible that you're going to be like very focused on your work, focused and dedicated on what it is that you're doing, on your daily routine, what it is that you're building up or working on. It feels like it needs a lot of your attention. If this isn't like a long-term like relationship with a person, it could just be like you're in a relationship with your job kind of thing. And it could also be like people at work too that are interested in you, or that like want to hang out with you, or you're hearing through the grapevine, want something more, people that you're working with. But just be careful, because I do see a lot of people like commenting or talking about or just being really interested in whatever and whatever it is that you've built up and whatever it is that you have, whether this is like money or like a successful business or a nice house, what's that word? An inheritance or something. Like there's something that you have that's very obvious, that's established, and it's something that's kind of like a topic of conversation, and people know that, I don't know, you're successful in whatever it is that you do, and you seem to be someone that's very reliable, that can provide, that's very stable. So while people are looking at you, it's like you're focused though on something else. Like you're very focused on something in particular, whether you're focused on being like a spouse, being a partner to your already existing partner, or you're committed to your work, committed to your job, committed to whatever it is that you're doing. It's like while everybody wants you and is looking at you, you're focused on something else, something that seems to be kind of like established, again, like I said, long-standing, something that seems to be kind of like at a progressed level, like in a progressed place, and it looks very abundant. So I don't know, you might be disappointing a lot of people, because a lot of people might want you and you're just kind of like ignoring them, or like you don't have anything for them, because it's like you're already committed or something. You're already committed to something else, or you're already like too busy, you can't take on anything new. I just feel like it's busy. It's busy. It looks busy. It looks overwhelming. You're going to have to really be fighting them off in pile number 3. So yeah, I feel like you're just like doing your own thing. You're focused on yourself. You just feel like you're focused on something else. It's so busy for you. There's so many options, so many prospects. I'm hearing that song. Everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. Ooh, ooh. Everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. I think it's a Rihanna song that Taylor Swift wrote. But okay, let's move on. Let's see what's coming up for you for finances. For those of you that chose this pile, what's coming up for you for finances? Ooh. So finances are looking really good, really stable. Again, you're looking like you can take care of yourself, you can provide for yourself, like you're really self-efficient, you're self-sufficient. I feel like there is indication here of you wanting to start something new, start something different. and you just want to start it on a whim, maybe. Yeah, you're feeling really drawn to something, but then at the same time, there's like some kind of conflict, like some kind of internal conflict. Like I feel like there is a direction that you want to move in, because you are feeling really drawn to it, and maybe you spend a lot of time thinking about it, and it feels really good, and it's almost like a dream, like a fantasy, but then there's like a tension surrounding it as well, because maybe it's like a risk, or it means you having to start something new, or you moving in a different direction or something. But you're feeling so drawn to it, and you know that there's like going to be work involved if you do choose to go in this new direction or to try this new thing. Like, you know that it means that there's going to be like a big change, and it means that there's going to be a lot of work involved here, and maybe there is going to be some kinds of like disagreements or stuff like that you have to like deal with or work out. But you also know that you're feeling really called to this, you're feeling very drawn to this. This feels very happy for you, and you feel like very connected to this as well. Like, you feel like, you know, you're moving towards your North Star, like you're moving towards your purpose. You're moving towards something that you is not only going to nourish and fulfill you, but it's like you're going to be giving to others as well by moving in this new direction. So despite knowing what moving in this direction comes with, it's almost like you're still feeling really drawn to it. And even though it seems like it's very spontaneous and out of nowhere and out of the blue, and it can be, it doesn't mean that you are being naive, or that you are being super risky. It looks like you did put time into this, time to think about this. Like, you put thought into this, and like you're very aware of this decision that you're making, this choice that you're making, and what comes with it. And it seems that you're seeing things clearly and practically. And I do feel like, you know, you're just kind of like taking your losses, like wherever there's a loss, like if there is a loss that you need to take, you're fine with it. It's almost like, whatever, you know, okay, so I'm taking a loss. I'm not going to be in the position that I once was, potentially, maybe, but I'm fine with that, because where I'm going, it feels right. It feels really good. You feel like you're being really true to yourself. It feels really good inside, and you know in time things are going to balance out, and you're going to recover from whatever it is that you're losing from making this decision. Yeah, I just feel like you seem very decided. Like, you seem like you know exactly what it is that you want, where you want to go, what you want to do. You know the consequences that are going to come with your actions. You've thought it through, and it's still something that you want to do. So it looks like you're going to, you know, move forward with it. And you know that eventually things will balance out again, that things will stabilize, neutralize. So you're okay with being at a deficit, or with feeling like you're taking a loss for the time being. Because even if it's true that you're taking a loss, it doesn't seem like you're going to be in some crazy bad position. You still look to be very stable, like you're able to, you know, still do what you have to do, provide for yourself, like your needs are still being met. It feels very temporary, and if it's not temporary, like if you are taking like a financial cut or something, it's being fulfilled in a different way. Like, you're being nourished and fulfilled emotionally. And you still look good. Like, on a financial front, you still look good regardless. So that's why it just seems like worth it to you. It seems worth it to you to make this change, to go in this new direction, to take this risk. Like, in the long run, it's going to make sense, and it's going to be worth it, because it's something that you're going to feel really good about, very connected to. You're going to feel like it's your purpose. You're going to feel like this is who you are. And, you know, it looks like you're moving into a better place in your life, within yourself, a better environment. This looks amazing. I also see a lot of angels. I think like every angel that exists in the tarot deck came out. Like, we have the Temperance card, Judgment, and the Lovers, which all depict angels. So I just feel like you're very connected to your spirit guides. Like, your spirit guides have like their hand over you, and you are being led, you're being guided towards something that's very meaningful and purposeful and authentic. So through this time that you're taking for yourself, you're really growing in wisdom, and you're becoming like very sure of yourself, and you're getting a lot of like creative sparks, spiritual insight, downloads. You're feeling very connected to your spirit guides, to your angels, to source. Like they're directly connecting with you and fueling your creativity and like giving you like these new ideas. And I feel like you want to innovate your life. So because you're in this place where you're just so creative and stable and connected, I feel like the energy that you're giving off, it's an energy that people are very attracted to. And so that's why you're having like all of these love interests like swarming, swooping in, trying to get a piece. But I do see you being very discerning with who it is that you share with, who it is that you share your time and energy with, because you're looking for someone of true value if you already don't have anyone, because there's indication that you could already have someone. And if you do have someone, like you have to lay some pretty strong boundaries with these other people that like are coming in or that may not know that you're in a relationship already, so that they can know and be aware of, you know, where you stand with that. And if not, it's, you know, you're very choosy with who it is that you want to share with in this way. You're very discerning, because also you know like what you bring and all of that. You do seem to have something very established, but I do see you like moving in a different direction here, making a judgment call on how you make your money, potentially even on your values, what you valued before, what you built before. I do see you like downsizing a little bit, a pay cut or something like that, or taking some kind of a loss, but you seem to be totally fine about it, because you just know internally that you're moving in the right direction and that it's going to be worth it, and that things will neutralize and stabilize and balance out eventually in the long run. So I do see you making a change and taking some kind of risk. And it's not just some risk, you know, that you took spontaneously without thinking about it. You just jumped. I feel like you know what this comes with. You did think this through, and this is a very clear decision that you are choosing to make here for yourself. So that was an incredibly positive message for you guys, group number 3. That's incredible. You guys are going to have such a great year, which is hilarious. I was super off because I thought this reading was going to go entirely different. So I am so relieved, though. I am so relieved that this is the direction it went in. I'm glad I didn't say anything. I didn't jump the gun, and, you know, I just waited for Spirit to talk to me, for the cards to talk to me. All right, let's see. You got She Loves. Oh, I forgot to let you know I'm pulling some oracle cards to wrap up your reading, your 2024 reading, and 3 cards did come out. So we got She Loves, Self-Initiation, and The Choice. Yeah, there is a choice. There's something about the decision choices, the decision like being yours to make, it being like in your court, you needing to be the one to like initiate or make some kind of decision. So let's quickly run through these oracle cards for you. So the first one is number 61. So the number 61 or 7 could be significant. The number 12 or 3 could also be significant. Or the number 62 or 8 could be significant. Okay, so She Loves. It says, forgiveness is here for you now. Can you partake of it? Forgiveness for your own self, for the times you messed up, didn't love, forgot to trust, tried to take over and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She is here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven. You are worthy of forgiveness, and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, You are really just not forgiving yourself, perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let that go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now. You just need to realize it. I love this little poem. It says, "The cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There is peace in knowing you always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder." I love that. Okay, so number 12, self-initiation. It says, "You are being touched by a wave of your own light and motion. Can you feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you in an upsurging wave of love? This is your own pure divine nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your own divinity. And sometimes if you are not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet at any moment, you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into love, that you are the being of light, the divine, that is drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment, you can choose to recognize yourself. Will this be such a moment? This oracle holds a message for you. There are many teachers on this path, some humble, some wise, some great companions on your life journey, and some who will enter in and out of your life quickly, perhaps imparting a helpful word or teaching you a more challenging lesson about trusting and relying upon your own wisdom. The great teacher, however, is life itself. You can trust in your own experiences and know that it is the divine spark within you, the life within you, that is the one true teacher who carries you home and awakens reunion with the divine. Oh, that's such a good one. I love that card. And the little poem says, "How easy to love. The words flow when it is right. I dare not tell you." My favorite is, "The greatest teacher, however, is life itself." So true. So true. Okay, and then the last one is 62 with the choice. So it says, there is a choice that you need to make. You are aware of it already, or it is coming to your awareness very soon. Embrace the unknown and say yes. You have the opportunity to enrich your world, to receive, and therefore be able to share much more. If anxiety or fear arises, guilt or shame, treat it as the cleansing of your emotional waters as they receive so much more inflow from the divine ocean. Let the old layers rise to the surface of your awareness to be washed away. This oracle brings you guidance. It is safe to choose now. There is no wrong choice, just a choice that resonates with your heart. If it is challenging you, that is an opportunity for you to let the divine cleanse and lift you into the vibration where you feel at peace with your choice, where you can accept the grace it will bring to you. Do this now. It's your time to step up, make your life easier on yourself, and open to love in a more trusting way. Come now. The divine is calling you to play. And then the poem says, our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point a possibility, each step an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us in a direction, both unknown and yet somehow familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting all unfold, leads us to the place we started from when we made that first choice to be here again. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, so I really hope that these messages have served you. Honestly, this was such a positive reading, such a positive message, such a great year ahead for you. I'm so happy for you. It seems like such a happy year. Like you're going to be so happy, so fulfilled, feeling like, you know, good things are really coming into your life, feeling like you're on path, feeling like yourself, and just, you know, feeling like you're going to be very moved by love. And I just feel like you're going to enjoy the experience so much this year. It seems beautiful. It seems magical. Amazing. I'm so happy for you. Truly, truly enjoy that. You deserve it. I do also offer personal readings if you'd ever like a more personalized message, or if you ever need guidance or advice on more specific matters. I would love to connect with you. I would love to work with you. I'll leave my information in the description box below so that you can contact me if you're interested. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you guys around soon in another reading. Take good care of yourselves. And until next time, bye.